Hello, and welcome to Your Beer Sucks. I'm John, and that is...
Miguel Sanchez.
And this is our Halloween episode. It's not Halloween right now, but it's Halloween for you. So, happy Halloween. So we've decided
Are we time traveling?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So we're in the past?
Well, what's happening
we're
now...
in the future right now.
Yes, we're in the future.
Then we're in the past.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
It's pretty mind-blowing. You
Yeah,
see,
it is,
you see, I'm a Honda
I probably
engineer.
shouldn't have dropped out of college.
Yeah. But you appear to be a pirate of some sort.
Software pirate.
Okay. Yeah. That's, aren't we all?
Yeah.
I'm an engineer at Honda. I did their transmissions for like the 98 to 02 models. Yeah, I got fired. Yeah. But yeah.
So you're not so much an engineer as you are just like someone who thought they were an engineer.
Yeah, I guess if you want to put it that way, sure.
Yeah.
But we're missing Andrew. But apparently his costume is downright terrifying. Like, he was hyping it up like real bad.
Oh, I doubt that.
Well, who's this?
I'm not afraid of anything.
Hey, broskies! You ready to drink some brewskis?
Oh, jeez, he wasn't joking.
Hey, guys! I've got some homebrew that I made. What do you think about that? You want some homebrew? You want to drink my homebrew? I've got this apple cider pumpkin spice latte, coffee, vanilla, hazelnut, nutmeg, milk, quadruple imperial IPA that I made for you guys. Yeah. What do you think, guys? You should drink my homebrew.
That look does suit him, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, take full offense. Definitely suits you.
Here you go, John.
Do I have to drink this?
It's real good. I made it myself.
If you say so.
I will hold you down and make you drink my piss if this is...
Well, I gunned for about 500 IBUs. I didn't get it tested, but I figure,
Right.
What's the point?
Yeah, science is, the Earth is flat.
Well, it looks like a beer. It's kind of dark and...
Well, that actually kind of smells like piss a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely smells...
that's valid. That's valid.
Yeah.
It definitely
valid.
smells hoppy.
Yeah.
It's hoppy piss.
What do you think, guys?
Holy shit.
No doubt.
I think the nose is, I think you should be embarrassed
Yeah, that's valid.
that you're alive.
This beer fucking sucks.
Well, thanks, bro. I was real concerned about getting it here. I had a little wipeout on my electric bicycle, and I almost spilled it all. But,
Does this have tea in it?
Actually, yes, it does.
Yeah.
I bet you it has Darjeeling tea.
Yeah. How did you know? You guys are good. You're real expert beer tasters.
This guy's a fuckface. I'm gonna dump this out now, if you don't mind.
Wait, bro.
I want to keep this sitting here
pour it out,
ironically.
bro.
I want to keep this sitting here ironically.
Well, that's the only reason anybody does anything.
Exactly. Like your parents.
Good point.
Yeah, what's wrong with the beer we got? The beer we got drank pretty good, don't it?
Beer number 1 is
Point Whole Hog Pumpkin Ale. Handcrafted using real pumpkin and savory pumpkin pie spices with hints of all natural cinnamon and nutmeg. Peary hops balanced with rich Munich roasted and caramel malts for the full-bodied taste and exceptional flavor.
Now, what concerns me about that is hints of all natural cinnamon.
What concerns me about it is this is a whole hog beer. Now, if it were a whole hog sausage, that wouldn't be quite as concerning.
or pork chops, or rack of ribs.
Well, I mean, none of that's going to be whole hog because it's not processed meat.
That's true.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, whole hog sausage can be a little, but whole hog beer, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're about to find out.
We're going to find out.
Now, before shooting this, we had Pumking, which is we sort of set as our like standard for good quality pumpkin beer.
Yes.
So now
this is an award-winning beer.
This smells like...
We've had award-winning beers in this show that were fucking awful.
This smells like the autumn shit spray I used to have in my bathroom.
It does sort of smell like autumn, like Glade or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's very...
kind of spicy.
Very spicy. Very spicy. Lots of cinnamon. And also... But it's got a little bit of like a candle wax thing.
Yeah.
There's a hearty malt on the nose, though.
Yeah?
Yes, there is.
It seems like it'd be tart.
Like a pumpernickel kind of malt.
Yes.
Yes, it is bready.
Mm-hmm.
The weird thing is that it smells like it's going to be a little bit tart. And it doesn't really taste tart at all.
No.
It's sort of like... It's very sweet, but it's still got that malty bitterness.
It's a little bit too sweet.
It is on the sweet side, definitely.
You know what? It's very watery on the palate. It doesn't really have much flavor until the finish.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I think that's... I'm getting a little bit of butterscotch on the finish, though. I don't know about you guys.
Like Werther's Original?
Yes.
Maybe. I mean, this definitely does taste like a 75-year-old person's living room.
That's a pretty accurate description.
At Halloween.
Yeah.
Or Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Or just like that time of the year, like fall.
Between when they pull out all of the gourds and when they put them back away to pull out all of the Christmas shit.
Yeah.
It's better than this shit.
That's for sure.
I haven't even tasted that. Let me see how bad that is.
It's bad. It kind of tastes like incense.
Oh man, it is hoppy.
Did I nail it?
Yeah.
It tastes like incense.
Tastes like shitty incense. Here.
No, have you ever actually eaten incense?
I haven't eaten it. I've eaten the resins that you make incense out of.
Oh, I've smoked some resin.
I'm a total hipster.
I don't know.
It's bad. This isn't as
Although
bad
my
as that.
costume is as a millennial.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I was you.
Oh, you were me?
Yeah, I was being you.
You didn't do a very good job of being me.
I don't know. It was an interpretation.
A shitty interpretation in poor taste. This beer, though?
I don't know. It's teetering on the balance.
I'm gonna...
No, this beer is painfully mediocre and pales in comparison to things like Pumking.
I'm gonna have to say it sucks.
It's mediocre, so I think we have to give it a sucks because I don't think it's mediocre plus one.
If it had something more on the
I
palate...
think it's mediocre minus. It's just like the sweetness is too much for me.
If it had something more on the palate, it could scrape by. But the palate is just really, really bland.
Yeah.
Watery.
And that's not helping either. It's like watery and sweet.
It's got a little bit of a caramel food coloring thing happening.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this sucks.
Yeah,
And
no.
it's funny.
And you know something?
sucks.
It's overcarbonated too.
I
just
didn't
now
really
noticed
notice
that.
it being overcarbonated.
I didn't really get that. But
No.
it's... I think one thing's
Maybe
for
it's
sure.
because there's no fucking flavor. Maybe that.
Maybe.
See what I'm
It
saying?
might just
Yeah.
it might be that the lack of flavor is making the carbonation just jump
And it's
out
just,
at you.
it's not all that pleasant on the nose either. There's stuff there, but it's like stuff that went wrong. I'm telling you, it reminds me of autumn bathroom shit spray. You know, mixed with shit. You know what I'm saying? It's
Now
like,
here's the funny thing.
if you just kind of do a drive-by, sometimes it's not all the time, but there's something not quite
What,
right with this
Porta-John?
nose. Huh?
What, Porta-John?
Yeah.
Mixed in, and then instead of like the standard spray, it's that spray.
Yeah.
And it's got a little bit of that long, winding aftertaste that's not pleasant that some real shit beers have.
I was going to say the aftertaste is definitely not...
The aftertaste is reminding me of
it
having
actually
been in
kind
the
of
room.
goes a little grapefruity, like long after the fact.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It just doesn't fit the
Well,
beer.
and it's not like grapefruit. It's as in just a grapefruit. It's like somebody sprayed too much grapefruit air freshener.
Yeah.
It's like doing that thing.
It's like artificial grapefruit flavoring.
It's not a good beer.
So here's the funny thing. While looking up show notes for this, I looked it up on Rate Beer, and it got like a 93 or something. And I'm just going...
I'm glad I make it a point to never look at rate beer before I have a beer.
Yeah,
Well,
I always look
'Cause
after
it's not-
I've had a beer.
it's
I'm
not
like,
a
what
good
are people
gauge.
saying
Well,
about
it doesn't affect me because, I mean, obviously, give it a suck. But I do think it's funny to compare sometimes and go,
yeah, no, this is definitely not a 93. This beer sucks.
yeah. I think it's a 49, and that is below mediocre.
Sucks.
Or roughly around it.
45.
Sucks.
Sucks. Beer number 2.
Smuttynose Pumpkin Ale. The beer drinker's pumpkin beer. Since 2003, we've brewed Smuttynose Pumpkin Ale with real pumpkin and a blend of classic pumpkin pie spices. In tribute to our colonial forebears, recipes calling for the use of pumpkins have been found from early European settlers in New England, when brewers sought to extend their supply of costly imported malt and locally grown ingredients, such as squash and pumpkins.
What the...
I mean, what is it supposed to be, like a pomegranate onion?
Oh, that sounds awful.
What the fuck is that?
That sounds like a real hipster thing.
Jesus.
I would know.
Sounds like something my beer would drink.
Yeah. You mean your beer glass. I know what you meant.
He's gonna look like that, I'm gonna just vape at will.
That's fair. Ooh, this looks a little bit darker than the previous beer.
Ooh. See, now we're getting into something that doesn't smell like shit spray.
Ooh.
That smells like actual fucking pumpkin.
Smells like pumpkin and pumpkin spice. Pumpkin meat.
Yeah, definitely
It has the smell of a brown ale, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say this seems a little bit stouter.
Yeah, the malt. Very brown ale.
Very much. Not super complicated smelling.
Ooh, that's good. That's a beer.
That's a beer with pumpkin.
Yeah, that is a beer with pumpkin. And something that I've noticed with Smuttynose beers that we've done before, they don't necessarily go like way outside their style.
No,
but
they don't.
But they do. They take something and they just nail it.
They
so
execute the shit out of it.
yes, like we did the brown ale last time. Wasn't anything too special about it, but it was a damn good brown ale.
It was like if you were in the mood for a brown ale.
You drink this.
Yes.
Then like the old ale.
Now, the old ale I think is actually pretty special. I think that is one of the better old ales I've had.
I'm torn. Well, I don't know. I guess Velvet Evil is something of like that's sort of a gimmicky beer.
It is.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn when it comes to those, but it definitely like nails the style. And then with the double that we had, nothing real special about it, but it nailed it.
And this is not super complicated.
No, it's just
You've got sort of a biscuity sort of malt and pumpkin spice, the traditional nutmeg, clove, cinnamon, but they're not real strong. They're not as strong as in the last beer.
Yeah, no.
But they're also not artificially tasty. Excuse me, like in the last beer.
no. It seems like a more genuine pumpkin, like actual pumpkin.
This is an IPA lover's pumpkin beer.
You think so? It doesn't.
Absolutely.
It's not really.
It's not really
Hoppy.
hoppy.
No, there's a very, very off finish in terms of hops that's very overpowering, that is very unpleasant for me. And if you have a weird palate like me that's very anti-hop, I think you'll feel the same way about it.
Wow.
That's why I've been sitting here, very quiet and contemplative and trying the hipster beer and then it back to back. I'm not going to say it's a shitty beer, but I
you
am
don't
going
like it.
to say that I don't like it, and I don't think anyone with my palate would like it.
That's funny because...
And it's all on the finish, too. It's this horrible, overpowering kind of hot bomb
Yeah, I don't
thing
get that
on
at
the
all.
finish.
Yeah, I mean,
get.
like, I can taste hops on it, and actually, now that you mention it, the hops come out to me more. But it's like...
Like
I
feel
had
like
to
I've
have
had
that influence
I feel like
in
I
order
have
to
soap
even
in my
notice them.
mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I get a little bit of hoppy bitterness in the finish, and a little bit of hoppy flavor, but it's not real strong. To me, still, the malt is the strongest thing. To me, the malt is stronger than the hops and the pumpkin and the pumpkin spice.
I think it's in balance. I would probably say the hops come out a little bit more than the malt, but I think it's a very imbalanced ale.
Being a hophead, I'm kind of
You're kind of
desensitized to hops a little.
No, there's definitely hops there, but it's very in balance.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's-
I've even got the mustache, and I still...
That's not compensating for
not
the.
doing it. It ain't making it, baby. Ain't
No.
making it.
I don't know.
Oh, well.
I think it's a very good beer.
I say it doesn't suck. I really like this beer. It could definitely be a daily for me if it weren't as seasonal.
Yeah, I could daily that, like easy.
Would you daily drive it?
Yeah, I'd daily that beer. I'd drive that beer to work.
No 4-speed auto, so...
I drink this beer at work.
Now, to be fair, the 5 speeds weren't any good either, but I wasn't involved with those.
Well, the 6-speed also had, like, third gear problems.
You know, that is the most obscure costume ever.
This? It's actually kind of funny how I came across this costume. The bassist, Dion, in Throng, one day to rehearsal brought this shirt. He bought it from a thrift store. And he's like, John, this doesn't fit me, and it actually already has your name on it. So do you want it? And I said, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because at the time I was still driving a Honda, but I knew that Hondas aren't as reliable as they're cracked up to be. Because trust me, despite the fact that, it's a Honda, it's Japanese made,
Yeah.
it's going to have fucking problems. Mainly with the transmissions, especially from like 98 onward.
It's the Odyssey, it's the Accord.
The Odyssey
For
is
some reason, though, the Acura TSX isn't known for that.
Is that not the same?
It's the same transmission as far as I know, but it's a built-in-Japan car.
Oh, maybe that has something to do with it.
I don't know.
Anyway, enough shop talk. This is a beer show.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyway, the Smuttynose Pumpkin Ale doesn't suck.
No, it doesn't suck. That is funny to bring that up after just doing a swap of a transmission at TSX.
Well, I know a lot about it now.
You gotta do your research.
Because I not only had to do a swap, but I also had to figure out what was wrong with the one I just swapped in. So I know more about that transmission than I ever want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're saying sucks, huh?
Gotta say it sucks.
That's fair. 2
All
to
right.
1.
I kind of want the rest of his.
Go for it.
All right. do you want the mustache?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You gonna move the mustache to your glass?
Beer number 3.
Anderson Valley Pinchy Jeek Barl. Aged for 6 months in Wild Turkey, registered trademark barrels.
I
This
like Wild
bourbon
Turkey.
barrel-aged pumpkin ale is pleasantly creamy with a silky body and sweet caramel flavor. The aging process imparts notes of coconut, vanilla, and oak to complement the tang of the spices and a hint of hops. All wrapped in a smooth, round finish.
That sounds good as shit to me. I wonder if it's in... I've never had anything by these people.
I'll tell you what,
Neither
I
have
like
I.
bourbon. I bet you sneak bourbon at work all the time, don't you, when you was designing that transmission? You're about shit-faced when you designed that transmission. You were like, yeah, that'll work, whatever.
It's good enough.
Hey, they were paying me.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck them. Fuck them for paying me.
They should have known better.
They should have known
Oh, shit.
way better.
You might have shorted yourself a little
I
bit.
shorted myself. I know Mike got by far the most.
Yeah, so redistribute that.
Redistributing.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. I think that's about even.
Let me get a paper towel for that shit. Paper towel for that shit. Paper towel for that shit. You get a paper towel. A brawny paper towel.
Oh, man. I think it got fucking nose on it.
Woo. That smells like fucking wild turkey.
That smells like
That smells
whiskey.
Like, that smells like some kind of like fruity mixed drink with spices and pumpkin and shit, but it's got fucking bourbon in it.
Yeah. That's basically
It
what this
kind of
is.
smells a little bit like an old fashioned. It's got like, Angostura bitters.
That's cool.
That smells awesome.
It smells really, really good. How does it taste?
Awesome.
Oh my sweet fuck! It tastes like an old ale.
It tastes like an old ale mixed with whiskey. It's got a lot of charred oak on the palate.
Oh, yes.
A whole fucking lot. It's got a lot of whiskey on the palate.
Yes.
I cannot believe, because a lot of times having beers that are aged in whiskey barrels,
Doesn't really
I taste
come out
it and
as
go,
much.
it's like, whatever.
No, it's there.
This
If it
is,
weren't for all the malts on the finish, if somebody gave me some of this, I would think it were whiskey.
this is almost as whiskey tasting as the Backwoods Bastard.
But
Yeah.
there's definitely a lot of malt on the finish.
Oh, yes.
So, in a good way.
Now,
It's
the pumpkin...
it's sweet, but it's sweet like you would expect from something this malty.
Yeah. The pumpkin doesn't come through as much as I'd like it to. I think it's just overpowered by the whiskey.
I think so too. I think the pumpkin and the pumpkin spice are very subtle. But this is a really good fucking beer.
It's just, I mean,
is.
it's a good beer in general.
I don't know. I think the pumpkin and the pumpkin spice are there. I think we're just perhaps used to beers that hit us in the mouth with a baseball bat with pumpkin on it.
Yeah.
Hey, man, heard you like pumpkin. Bam!
So I pumpkined your pumpkin and hit you in the head with your pumpkin with the pumpkin bat,
Pumpkin head.
and now you're in the ICU.
Yeah. This
Tasting
is
pumpkin.
absolutely fucking amazing.
This is very good. This is just a great beer.
This is very good, especially if you're a whiskey drinker. And I am not usually a liquor guy, but if I had to go in with a liquor, bourbons are probably my favorite liquor.
Same.
Bourbons are my favorite liquor.
It's not my favorite, but I do like bourbon. And I like Wild Turkey. So, as far as like cheap bourbon goes, Wild Turkey is my favorite. And then when you get into like Wild Turkey Rare Breed, that's not even cheap shitty bourbon. That's like really fucking quality good stuff.
That's genuine.
It's really good.
I like Macker's Mark.
Macker's Mark.
If we're not spending
That's
a
a
lot
very
of money.
weedy.
If we're not spending a lot of money anyway.
That's a very weedy.
Maker's is a solid whiskey.
I think my favorite of the mid tier is like Knob Creek.
Knob Creek's solid.
Knob Creek's pretty good.
I like using Knob Creek in pretty much any cocktail that involves bourbon.
I think usually if I'm mixing,
I like
it's
getting, like-
usually Maker's. Although I think
Maker's is good for mixing because the wheat makes it kind of mild flavor.
Yeah.
I get like getting like $60 bottles of bourbon and making highballs with them.
Oh yeah, yep, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Buy yourself some Hudson whiskey and then just dilute it with like a whole bunch of fruity shit. That's the way to do it.
Fuck yeah.
wah, wah.
But yes, this is a very, very whiskey beer. And the
And
more
that's a
that I
good thing.
and the more that I drink it, the more oaky it gets.
Yeah. But I'm also getting. It's really hard. I don't know. My taste buds are just, I guess, not calibrated well tonight. It's really hard to separate all the things. I'm getting a lot of stuff, and I'm kind of having trouble putting
Malt's
words to it.
beverage served with pumpkin and spices.
Is this malt liquor?
Saying malt beverage? Like
Shit.
like I'm kind of curious, just like what like the main beer is before it goes in the barrel.
It's got a little bit of a licorice thing going too.
I don't know if I got that. I may have to go back. I may have to go look for that.
I can't taste the oak.
You did just a moment ago.
Just
You're like-
kidding.
okay.
It's there. It's strong.
You just didn't see it.
It has a whiskey finish and aftertaste. Mm-hmm. It's like you walk away and you go, I don't remember drinking any whiskey.
Yeah, definitely has that vibe going on.
And but it's only 8.5% alcohol, so it's not as strong as like Backwoods Bastard.
So it's
No, not
a
quite.
whiskey.
But it's definitely like the whiskey is unmistakably there. Like My only criticism again is really the fact that it's supposed to be a pumpkin beer. You sort of get it on the nose, not so much on the palate, but that might just be the whiskey overpowering everything.
There you
I
go.
think it is.
I think it's time for a comparison.
Okay.
Drink my homebrew.
This is way better than this. Whew.
I didn't actually homebrew that.
What's that a mix of?
That's a mix of a lot of bad fucking beers. I wanted your reactions to be genuine.
I mean, like, granted, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but that's not good.
It does have off-color scurry
The catfish is strong in this beer.
and New Belgium triple.
Smell
Ooh.
So, and it's got a
That'll
couple of
wake you up.
IPAs. I wanted you to have genuinely bad reactions when you tasted it.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah. That's a bad beer. But this beer...
This beer is not a bad beer. This beer is fucking amazing.
This is a blended beer, not a single malt beer.
Yeah, that is correct.
It's technically a blended beer. That's also a blended beer, but that's just a whole fucking mess on its own. But yeah, Anderson Valley. What is that? Pinchy Jeek Barl?
Pinchy Jeek Barl.
Pinchy Jeek Barl.
This is a barrel, I guess.
Barl. That doesn't suck.
It does not suck.
This beer is moderately dutical.
Moderately dutical?
Yeah.
Not like totally dutical?
No.
Just like it's dutical.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I'm trying to savor it and trying to parse out some of the other flavors. But I definitely
like celery and bubblegum and
horseradish,
motor oil and horseradish and WD-40.
marjoram.
No, there's definitely no WD-40 in this beer.
No, not in this beer. We've had a couple that tasted like WD-40 though.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we've had. And 5W30.
Yes, we have had that before.
Yeah, this beer doesn't suck.
This beer doesn't suck. Good beer.
Beer number 4.
Okay.
Ready? Go ahead and do. I'm not doing the thing over again.
Hey, this is New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Atomic Pumpkin.
Is it nuclear?
Ah, it's atomic.
Is it?
That's cool. I like playing Fallout, so that is relevant to my interests. Enough with the run-of-the-mill pumpkin beers. I'm not interested in ale that takes cues from the frozen coffee drink, and neither are you. You know what's a great show is The Walking Dead. That's why I made
not.
Atomic
It's
Pumpkin.
awful.
Does it really feature Wait, hang on.
Oh, he's getting serious.
Uh-oh.
Does it really feature habanero peppers? Yep. What about Saigon cinnamon? Ding. I round it all out with a hearty malt bill that makes for a very spicy brew that puts the fun back in pumpkin. Spelling was never my strength. Voodoo Ranger. As in, like, you know, hyphen, Voodoo Ranger.
Atomic Pumpkin. Ooh. We love spicy beers on this show.
That we do.
We're spicy beer fans. I've been dailying habanero sculpin
You're
lately.
doing your dailies?
Yep.
There's a little bit of that macro funk.
I'm not getting any macro
Let me blow it off. Was mine the first you poured?
Yeah.
Yep.
It seems to be gone now after giving it a blow.
Definitely get that cinnamon for sure on the nose.
Cinnamon. It's really luscious cinnamon.
Yeah, it's like
I think it just had a little bit of bottle funk. I don't think.
yeah, it's probably yeah.
It happens sometimes if they like have it in sunlight or
That's
something.
basically like the main thing that I'm getting
It's
up the nose.
very much like a Yankee Candle.
Oh jeez.
Now,
You know, I am aware that there are
It's
different.
there.
Pumpkin. It smells a little bit tart.
Yeah.
I'm aware that there are different kinds of cinnamon, but I don't know anything about the different kinds of cinnamon. But this is a very interesting
Yeah, it's like
cinnamon.
the
smell.
cinnamon actually has like some depth to it.
It really does.
And there's a bakedness, like it's like freshly baked cookies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's just got that fresh baked goods thing. It's probably the yeast.
Oh, God damn, this is good.
Ooh. That's cool.
It's not as spicy as Sculpin,
No.
but
It's like the actual like spice is there, like for
It's-
sure.
Oh man, that spice! You know, we've talked before about how interesting that dimension of spice is,
Yeah.
and how I wanted people to play with it more. And it's just, Jesus, that's amazing.
this is so fucking good.
This really like that really plays nicely. Like,
Yeah.
like the spice really plays nicely with this particular beer. Wow. Ooh. Now it's starting to build a little bit, but it's not like real intense. It's nice and subtle,
Yeah.
and it
The
definitely.
spice sits perfectly.
I know.
Yeah. It's not up front, it's a complimentary thing.
Yeah, it's kind of. It's definitely in the back,
The pumpkin
and like the back of my throat is really getting it.
the pumpkin and pumpkin spice are up front.
Yes.
I feel like the malt is a
then
little
this-
weak.
The malt is a little bit
Yeah.
weak, but I think
Yeah.
they weren't going for a real strong
Yeah.
malt sort of thing with this.
I mean, I don't know what style Atomic Pumpkin is.
I think
This
it's
is
just
supposed to be the
pumpkin
Voodoo.
ale.
Well, I think it's supposed to be off of the Voodoo Ranger IPA.
But the thing is that I looked it up and it is not even listed as an IPA.
What is it listed as?
Just a pumpkin ale.
know.
Well, you know, New Belgium has no problem using the same name for completely different beers.
Yeah,
as we saw
because
with
they did
Citradelic.
that. Well, not only for Citradelic, but I don't know if you've seen it out.
But
and
there's
about.
that fat tire.
There's the Fat Tire Belgian Wit, which we haven't
This is
done on the
just a
show
very-
yet.
yeah.
This is just a very interesting beer.
Now, something that I'm noticing that I'm like, once the finish is kicking in, that cinnamon is playing very well with the spice.
Yeah, well,
the
it's just
after
like
finish.
you get spicy candies that are cinnamon flavored. It's a logical thing.
Yeah,
for
Red
them to go
Hots.
together. Yeah,
Or hot
So-
tamales, whichever you prefer.
hot tamales.
Hot tamales are.
I like actual
Definitely.
tamales.
I do like actual tamales too, but I like hot tamale candies. I like those hot cinnamon bears that you get at CVS.
Ooh, yeah.
Those are good.
I like
Aren't they
going up
Brock's
to
or
like
something.
I like going up to like a taco truck where like I have to embarrass myself with my bad Spanish to order the food.
Yo hablo español, mis
Yeah.
amigos.
and
Yeah.
then I'm like, no gringo, muy caliente. And you know, my Spanish is real fucking bad, right? So
You walk
Some-
up going, "Como estás,
English.
inglés?"
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to get across to them is it's like, you know, don't hold back. Don't hold back. You know, don't give me some like gringo shit. Don't hold back. And then I bite into that fucking tamale and it's like, oh, this is fucking good. And then you tell the guys back at the shop, you know, about the fucking taco truck and how awesome it is. And then they eat there and then they're like in the bathroom 50% of the time the rest of the day.
Yeah. But
couldn't fucking handle it.
But they're telling you, man, that place is good, but I never went there before because I didn't think it was okay for a white person to go there.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what, man? Your money fucking spends there. They don't give a shit. Even if they don't like you, they don't give a shit. It's called a business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a certain pragmatism involved in running a business.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Even
Even
on
if they don't like you, you're fine.
Even on the finish, I'm getting like chocolate chip cookies. Pumpkin chocolate chip cinnamon habanero cookies. There you go. That's this beer. And it's awesome. That is a great combination. Somebody should make that. I should make
Pumpkin.
that.
I actually have some hot sauce at home, which is chocolate.
No shit.
It's chocolate. Which what are the roasted jalapenos called? Chocolate
Chipotle?
chipotle.
Ooh.
That stuff is really fucking good.
I want to try that.
There's actually a sauce that's used a lot in like genuine Mexican cuisine, and I don't remember what it's called. That has like cocoa in it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
It's more of a South American / Aztec kind of
Yeah.
thing, to my understanding.
Yeah.
But this beer has a lot of like really interesting stuff going on. It kind of reminds me of that hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get any chocolate out of this beer, but it's just something.
I'm not
about
getting the
It's
choc-
not really chocolate. It's just
Yeah, it doesn't
you know
have
how
that kind of
chocolate
malt.
chip cookies have
Yeah.
that flavor to them, where like the chocolate isn't up front. It just sort of colors the flavor of the dough to you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting out of this. It's not really chocolate flavor. It's just that chocolate chip cookie dough flavor.
Yeah,
And-
kind of. Okay.
I don't know. It seems to me
I
like
see what you're saying.
It seems to me like the spice is just right.
Yes, it's like it's about damn perfect.
Yeah. One
Just
thing,
the way it sits with the beer.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
tangentially related, drinking habanero sculpin lately, I've noticed something that it is a great beer to have around if you drink kind of slowly and get sidetracked with other things.
Yeah.
Because once that fucker goes warm and flat, the spice on it is, and the pepper flavor is so strong that it's still tasty.
Ooh.
It is really fucking nice, even once it's what would for other beers be dead.
I'm really getting the cookie thing now.
Yeah.
And it's like sugar cookies.
Oh, yeah?
The cookie character I'm getting out of it is like sugar cookies.
On the finish, you mean?
No, on the nose.
Oh, yeah, definitely on the nose.
Give it a good swirl.
Yeah, I get that. And then like I'm still getting more of the cinnamon, but I see what you mean. It's because it's like that baked flavor.
Combine that cinnamon and the sugar cookie thing, and you've got cinnamon rolls.
Oh, I'm out of beer.
Like I said, the only criticism I can come up with for this beer is that the malt's a little weak. And I feel like we're not sure exactly what style they're going for. Just an ale, I guess. I feel like even for the style, the malt's a little weak. But, I mean, other than that, there's so many other interesting dimensions to the beer. I mean, that's the only criticism I can come up with.
Yeah.
This isn't like, holy shit, I need to change my underwear good, like, the Pumking or the Warlock or something like that. But this is just an incredibly interesting beer.
I also think this beats the shit out of the one they did last year that I really liked. Had the cranberry in it.
I didn't have that one.
New Belgium. We did it on the show.
Okay. Were we underwhelmed?
No, we all gave it a thumbs up.
What was it?
It was a pumpkin ale that New Belgium did last year that had cranberry juice in it.
Oh, that one.
And it was good enough that I bought a couple of 6-packs of it after the show, even though Pumking exists. I thought it was good enough on its own to have around. But I think this kicks the shit out of that, as good as that was.
That's just a very good beer in general. And
I wish that this was available year-round. I would drink this year-round. This is my favorite so far tonight.
This isn't a warm blanket beer for me, but this is it was worth going outside of my house and looking around at the world. There are some interesting things out there, kind of a beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The difference?
Yeah.
It's like you want to step outside of the warm blanket sometimes. You want to,
Yeah.
go out there. There's all kinds of species that, need sexed. You know what I'm saying?
That's a way to put it.
Yeah. I mean,
That is a way to put
galactically
it.
speaking, not
Galactically
just...
speaking, yeah.
Right. You
Right.
know.
Yeah, not just globally.
Exactly.
Although globally can mean universally.
Yes.
Can it?
Yes,
Yes.
in physics, globally
Well, that's
means universally.
very fucking self-centered of us, isn't it?
Yes.
In physics, globally means universally.
In most types of any sort of coding or
Global means-
configuration or stuff in
Yes.
computer stuff, it also basically means...
That's sort of what I was kind of going after. Anyway, yeah.
This beer is one of best beer I have ever had.
Yes.
Agreed.
New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Atomic Pumpkin.
Voodoo Ranger, he can be in my party anytime. All right.
Beer number 5.
The last one.
Beer number 17 or 5 or whatever.
Whatever it is.
Beer
It's
number-
beer number the last one.
Beer
Beer number the last one.
Beer number positive integer. Southern Tier Cold Press Coffee Pumpkin. That's right, bitches.
Pumking. Again,
But this time,
it's cold pressed coffee pumpkin.
Cold
labels
press
suck now,
coffee
though.
is
I
a
know, I'm not a
lengthy
fan.
process, but it results in a smooth coffee flavor with nutty, cocoa, and chocolatey notes. Add these scrumptious tones to Pumpkin's biscuity, and it is biscuity.
it is biscuity because we just had it.
Pumpkin
not too long
pie
ago.
spices, and you've got something extra special for fail. Oh wait, this is fall.
Fall.
Fail.
Yeah,
Fail.
Fall.
The cold
Fail.
brew process creates a perfectly balanced and distinctively smooth coffee taste. Many coffee beers are made using beans on the hot side, but not ours. A cold brew leaves behind the bitter acids and some fatty oils that can lead to a harsher, more vegetal taste transfer, and instead highlights the roasted, comfortable coffee taste we all love. This,
Still going.
paired with the perfect pumpkin pie spice in our Imperial Pumpkin Ale, creates the entire picture in just one sniff and sip.
So
Okay.
The last cold pressed coffee beer we had was at Shiner one, and that was
awful.
But we like cold pressed coffee. We like pumpkin.
It has coffee in it?
Yeah. You know what doesn't have coffee in it? That.
That doesn't have coffee in it?
No. It has tea. Supposedly.
I could like squirt some e-cigarette juice in it.
Don't do that.
Okay, and then we could drink it.
Don't do that.
You want to go to the ER?
Not really.
Nicotine OD?
Rip.
Rust and pepperonis, John?
Rusted pepperoni.
So I gotta complain because the labels suck now.
But you know what doesn't suck?
Where's the old one? There it is.
Do you need help? Oh, no, you got it.
I'm tall enough, I swear. This label,
The nose really
this label's awesome. This is bullshit, and I saw the new Warlock, and it looks like this too.
Yeah, they changed their labels.
Go back to this. This is good. This is shit.
This is very reminiscent. I mean, it smells like pumpkin on the nose.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
It smells like pumpkin and coffee.
I don't even
The
get
coffee is in
on
the
nose.
background, but it's...
Actually, it smells like pumpkin and hot peppers. It's got like a chili pepper smell to it to me.
I don't even get the coffee on the nose. It just smells like pumpkin to me.
It smells like regular old pumpkin with maybe a little bit of coffee in the background.
It tastes like pumpkin with coffee.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
It's really good, but I like regular pumpkin more.
I'm sort of torn.
This is definitely more bitter.
Yeah.
And pumpkin to me already is like sweet spot bitter. This is, I mean, it's not making me go or anything, but it's just kind of making me go, yeah, it's okay.
The only place I even really noticed the coffee is on the finish. Really?
Yeah, this mostly just tastes like pumpkin.
It tastes like you chugged some pumpkin after chugging some cold coffee.
Yeah.
To me, like the
It's got that really grassy cold coffee thing going on.
I'm actually surprised you guys are not noticing a big difference between this and regular pumpkin since we just had it less than an hour ago.
Well, to be fair, this was aged pumpkin. You also
true.
didn't see this. This is aged 1 year.
Yeah, this was from last year.
We chugged
Vintage 2016.
I swear that those labels are great.
I know.
We chugged that during our private orgy before show.
Yeah.
Pre-show.
You guys weren't here for that. We didn't film that either. Sorry. But no, this tastes like pumpkin.
With coffee.
Coffee on the back end.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, the coffee's everywhere.
You know what the thing is? I think I like the regular pumpkin better.
I do too.
Because the regular pumpkin finish is so fucking good.
Yeah.
And I like it lingering.
I'm
But this one
inclined-
having that really grassy cold coffee thing, it overpowers the pumpkin finish.
Right.
Yeah.
It's obscuring
Yeah.
something that's really good. That you
Yeah.
intellectually are aware. Like, if you've never had pumpkin, just plain, yeah, this would be absolutely amazing. But this is actually fucking with something that is pretty much perfect.
It's fucking with the balance of that beer. And the more that I drink this, the more that I'm inclined to agree that just regular old standard pumpkin.
I think it's a lot more interesting on the nose. Which, interestingly enough, now that I've had some, like, I can actually smell the coffee on the nose now. But before, it just smelled like pumpkin to me.
Yeah. I think
But I
that just
feel like
sort
the
of...
coffee's much more interesting on the nose than it is anywhere else in the beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
I think this is actually a downgrade.
Oh, it is. It's not as good as normal pumpkin.
I'm inclined to agree. Now, like, because I went ahead and bought this basically out of fear that it was going to be awful.
Yeah.
I had some. I thought it was going to be really, really, really good. I had it. It seemed really, 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 really good. But then I had, because it's been about a year since, well, not quite a year, 9 months
Yeah.
since I've had regular pumpkin. Had it tonight, and then comparing it
Directly.
basically directly, the regular standard pumpkin is definitely the superior beer.
Now, here's a funny thing. Last year, local distributors ordered way too fucking much Pumking.
They ordered
and
all
Warlock.
of the Pumpkin.
They ordered all the Pumking and Warlock. So we ended up having Pumking and Warlock all year long this year.
Basically,
and
yeah.
it was
Oh.
discounted. We were getting
$4.99 a big bottle.
and $7.99 for a 6-pack.
And which
Or a
like
4-pack, rather.
yeah, 4-pack,
And-
which I would absolutely like.
Yeah,
why
so-
would you not?
I dailied Pumking and Warlock all through December.
Yeah.
And January and February. And then I finally got sort of off of it because of having it so much. And then came back to find stores still having it in stock
I think
in August and bought some and
Oh, I mean, the fabled gas station down from my house still has
Warlock
4 or 5 Warlocks cold in the bottom of that particular
from last
unit
year.
from
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah,
The old
but the
bottle,
sucky
the old,
thing is,
packaging.
well, preparing for this year. So like last year, not only was there all that, but going to like Hop City and stuff, our local beer store, there was like 10, 15 different kinds of pumpkin beer. Pickings were slim this year, and
Yeah.
there was 0 regular pumpkin,
Pumpkin.
0 regular Warlock. I'm worried that they just didn't order jack shit of it this
What are
year.
the variants?
They overcompensate.
The
What are the
variants?
variants of Warlock?
I haven't seen variants of
I've
Warlock.
not seen any variants of Warlock.
I've only seen variants of Pumpkin, this being one of them. And
Oh wait,
another
I'm
one-
sorry. They do have regular Warlock at Hop City, but not regular Pumpkin. They just have the variants this and the bourbon
Bourbon barreled. I wish. I mean, luckily, I actually still have some Pumpkin from last year that I'm going to save the rest of that for next year because I want to see, because we aged it a year, didn't really make a difference. We're going to try aging it a little bit more, seeing if 2 years makes sense.
But you still also have that Anchor Christmas beer aging. We're going to do a comparison when we do our Christmas episode this season.
And the 2 Xmas.
Oh,
I've got a 2 Xmas in my fridge.
Yep.
Ooh. I was never able to even buy any. You guys were lucky. When I
Yep.
went to get some, they were fucking out. They did
I
not
was
get enough.
I was
I
on
actually-
the lookout for that, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like buying it.
I actually
don't think I had really had the money for it at the time.
I actually busted into the one chocolate orange I had left like a week ago.
Oh, have you seen they have salted caramel now?
Oh, really? Interesting.
I'm not going to spoil that one because I've had that on
You
draft.
just did. That face you made just spoiled it.
I've had it on draft. They had it on draft at J. Clyde.
You spoiled it, why?
John goes, I'm not going to spoil it.
Well, I'm not going to. Well, you don't know what I was going to say about it.
I know you were going to say it was amazing.
Well, yeah, but you don't know what I'm going to. You don't know what I'm
that
going
I
to.
need to know.
Okay. But yeah, that's
It's not
kinda,
like I trust your palate.
you don't trust my palate.
I trust your palate kind of when it comes to whether something is good or bad, but whether as to what you taste in it, a lot of times we taste different shit.
That's very true. I think Mike and I. Well, I don't
You
know.
and Mike are more in line than.
But yet, there's time. Well, I don't know. I think we all taste different things, and that's like definitely like noticeable. Like sometimes I will agree with you, sometimes I'll agree with Mike, but then there's instances like where you two are like, no.
Yeah.
I think that's because you're hop sensitive, for lack of a better term.
That's the politically correct term.
Politically correct term is hop
Yeah,
sensitive.
Hop sensitive.
Yeah.
So, happy
And-
Halloween, you guys.
Happy Halloween. That's going to do it for our special. Be sure to tune in next time, which will be, I guess, Friday. And, just remember that life is too short to be caught drinking shitty beer. Whether it be standard beer or pumpkin beer.
Don't drink shitty beer.
Happy Halloweener.